What is up, guys? Welcome to a video. I can't say another video because this is what should be one of the first, or maybe even the first video on the Landon Almighty NFL channel. If you don't know who I am, I run a college football account, Landon Almighty, and I'm trying a NFL part of an NFL extra channel. And if this goes well, I might just incorporate this into my main channel. But we're going to see how it goes. For my first video, I have some predictions for week 1 games. Unfortunately, I missed the Buccaneers-Cowboys one, but I predicted Bucks to win. So there. So let's get started with the Sunday games. Seahawks versus Colts. I think the Seahawks are really good. I like the Seahawks. I like Russell Wilson. I like the receiving core. DK Metcalf with Tyler Lockett is an absolute cheat code. The Colts I don't like as much. I think they got a good defense. I think they got a really good offensive line. But I'm not a big Carson Wentz believer. And I don't think they have the offensive firepower to go up with Seattle. I'm going to pick the Seahawks by 10. Seahawks by 10, yeah. Next one is Jags versus Texans. Texans are absolutely horrendously awful. Just so bad. I mean, they weren't good last year. They won 4 games last year, and that's with Deshaun Watson. And I think it was with JJ Watt too, or maybe that was the season before that they released him. But still, to go 4-12 with players like that, and then to lose those players, I do not plan on the Texans doing anything this year. And then the Jags were obviously not great last year. I think they've made some improvements. I think I'm a really big believer in Trevor Lawrence. I still think he's going to be the greatest quarterback out of this draft class. But just because of how bad the Texans are, I'm gonna pick Jags by 14. Next game, Eagles versus Falcons. Falcons obviously lost Julio Jones in the offseason, but they also have Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts, so I don't expect it to be that big of a loss. But with a player like Julio, you never know. Those are not replaceable players, not really. The Eagles, they drafted Devontae Smith in the offseason. I really like him. I think he's really good. Devontae Smith's one of my favorite players ever. I'm gonna pick the upset. I'm gonna go Eagles by 7. Eagles by 7. Just because of how much I love Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. I think they can pull off the upset. Next game, Chargers versus the Washington football team. This is one of my closest matchups of the week, probably my second closest. The Chargers, Justin Herbert is obviously that dude. He was awesome last season. They got good receivers, Keenan Allen. However, their defense is just really, really bad, and so many times last year they just sold in the fourth quarter. But I really like Washington. Washington's defense is amazing. If they can pull the offense around and make the offense a really good unit, then Washington is a serious Super Bowl contender. But first, they got to pull that offense around and make their offense elite. I'm gonna pick the football team. I'm gonna pick the football team over the Chargers. It's at Washington. Yeah, I'll go Washington by 3. Next game, Steelers versus Bills. If you do not know, I despise the Bills. However, the Bills are winning. The Bills are winning Sunday. I don't see it really being that close. I'm already not a big Steelers fan either. I don't really like the Steelers. I think Big Ben is way past his point of excellence. I don't think he's the type of quarterback that's going to be able to go out and win you a game anymore. Maybe like a game manager. Steelers' offensive line isn't that great. Yeah, I'll take the Bills and Josh Allen over the Steelers. I got Bills by 14. Next is 49ers versus Lions. Probably my biggest point differential against any teams this week. I got the 49ers, and I got the 49ers by a lot. I don't remember if the 49ers are planning to start Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo. But either way, those are both pretty good quarterbacks. I mean, Trey Lance looked very, very good in the preseason. He has a really strong arm. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, people give him a lot of flack, and some of it's deserved. But he's still a really good quarterback. Was good with New England. Led San Francisco to a Super Bowl where they lost in the final quarter. I still don't think he's trash. And then the Lions, I don't like the Lions. I don't think they're going to be good. I'm not a really big believer in Jared Goff. I thought he was a good, not great quarterback with the Rams. And with the Lions, that's just not going to get any better. I'm not saying that the Lions' new head coach will fail or anything, but it's going to take some time. So I got 49ers by 17 or more points. Vikings versus Bengals for the next game. The Bengals, Bengals offensive line is bad, very bad. I think they should have drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, but it's whatever. They drafted Jamar Chase, who I don't like to overreact to preseason and all that, but man, is he struggling right now. He's struggling with drops, and he says he can't see the football well, and that's never a good sign for your top 5 wide receiver pick. Yeah, definitely not a good sign. And then Joe Burrow coming off the injury. I already didn't think Joe Burrow was going to be the most amazing thing in the world. I thought he was going to be a good, not elite quarterback. But with this new injury and him with his limited mobility with that offensive line, that is just a recipe for disaster. It will not end up well. The Vikings, I'm not a huge fan of the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins is good, top 10-ish. Top 15, top 10-ish. Obviously, Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen are amazing, and the Vikings' defense is pretty solid. I'll go Vikings by 14. Next game is Jets versus Panthers. I don't think either of these teams are going to live up to expectations. I'm not a big fan of Sam Darnold with the Panthers, and I'm certainly not a big fan of Zach Wilson. I thought he was the worst of the major 5 quarterbacks coming out of college this year. But still, I'm going to take the Panthers, and I'm taking the Panthers by around 17 or maybe even more points than that. Because I don't trust Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's a rookie. Although I will give the Jets, they made some nice offseason moves, but I still don't think they're there. It's going to take a while to truly compete with better teams like the Panthers, who have Christian McCaffrey and some other really good pieces. So I got Panthers by 17 or more. Cardinals versus Titans. One of my most controversial picks here. I'm going Cardinals in the upset. I think this would be a really high-scoring game. I really, really, really like the Titans offense. I mean, Ryan Tannehill, who's pretty solid. And then you got Derrick Henry, one of my favorite players ever. And then you got Julio Jones, one of my favorite players ever. Those are probably my two favorite players that aren't on my favorite NFL team. So I'm actually rooting for the Titans a lot this year against a lot of people. And to add on to all that, A.J. Brown, who is up and coming. Probably top 10 receiver. But the Titans defense, man. The Titans defense was garbage last year. It was not good. And I think the Cardinals are a more well-balanced team. I just think the Cardinals are going to sniff it out. It'll be close, but I got Cardinals by 7 in a very, very high-scoring game. I think Kyler Murray can pull it off. Next game, we have Browns versus Chiefs. I think this will also be a very high-scoring game. Obviously, the Chiefs, we all know the Chiefs are good. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Tyrann Mathieu, and that whole defense. They struggled in the Super Bowl last year. I get that. But I think they're going to come out kind of with revenge. And I think they're going to take it out in the Browns, who have a really good roster. I just think they need to put it together, kind of. I think the Browns have as weird as this is to say, a Super Bowl caliber roster. I think they just kind of need to put it together. But I got Chiefs winning. I got Chiefs winning by 10. Next game, my most anticipated game this week. The Dolphins versus the Patriots. If you do not know, I am a Dolphins fan. Only a new Dolphins fan. Only became a fan last year. I didn't have an NFL team before that. But a Dolphins fan nonetheless. But this game right here, it's going to be close. And I like the Patriots. I know that's weird to say as a Dolphins fan, who are rivals with the Patriots, but I like the Patriots. They're probably my second or third favorite team. I won't root for them. I'm rooting for the Dolphins, but I like them. Especially because of Mac Jones. If you don't know, I'm an Alabama fan for college. Huge Alabama fan. And man, Mac Jones was amazing last year. And I want to see him succeed. Also, Damian Harris in the backfield. I really like him. I think he's an underrated running back. So I'd love to see him succeed too. But I think the Dolphins, not only am I rooting for them, I think they can win. I mean, the Dolphins' defense last year was out of this world, amazing. I love watching it. Even as a guy who likes defense but maybe doesn't love it, it was just fun to watch our defense last year and how well they did. And I think our offense can truly take another step up. I mean, this offseason, we got Jalen Waddle. I love Jalen Waddle. Of course I do. An Alabama Dolphins fan, of course I do. But I really think he's awesome. I don't want to say he's the next Tyreek Hill. I think too many people make that comparison with new receivers nowadays. But he is dangerous in the open field. And I think Tua can really take the next step up. Last year, I mean, he was thrust in the action. He was coming off a hip injury. It was a COVID year. I don't really think it was too fair to judge him harshly. And I think he'll really impress some people this year. I got Dolphins by 6. Next up is Broncos versus Giants. I contemplated this game, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought the Giants were going to win. Okay, so let's compare quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater, I believe, is starting for the Broncos, and Daniel Jones for the Giants. Both quarterbacks aren't exactly what I'd call elite, but I probably prefer Daniel Jones. Wide receiver core, I really like the Broncos wide receiver core. Do not get me wrong. I love Jerry Jeudy. I think he can really be something great. And I love Courtland Sutton. However, I think the Giants, with the pieces they added in the offseason, have a just as good receiving core, almost. I think the Giants' defense is on par with the Broncos' defense. They're both really, really good units. This is tough, but like I said, I'm kind of going back and forth. But the more I've thought about it, the more I'm going Giants. Giants by 10. Next game, Packers versus Saints. My brother is a Saints fan, and I don't know what to tell him, but Saints are getting beat this Sunday. I got Packers by 10. There's a whole lot of drama in the offseason about Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams potentially leaving, but they are coming back. I don't know how that's going to do. I don't know if that drama is going to affect how they play this season. I don't know if it's going to be a distraction. But versus the Saints, I still got them winning. I still got them winning by 10. Saints, I'm not a believer in Jameis Winston. I think he's better than Taysom Hill. But I don't think Jameis Winston is going to be an elite quarterback. I think if he was, he'd be playing for Tampa Bay right now. But yeah, I got Packers. I got Packers. Aaron Rodgers is a bad dude. On to our last Sunday night game, Bears versus Rams. I think the Bears should start Justin Fields, which is rare coming from me, because I'm usually the type of guy to say, no, sit your quarterbacks, let them learn first. I'm in favor of that opinion with a lot of quarterbacks this year, but not Justin Fields. What he proved in the preseason, and yes, it is just the preseason, but still, what he proved in the preseason proves to me that he could play. Proves to me he could play right now. But no, the Bears are going to go with Andy Dalton, who was a backup for the Cowboys last year, or at least went into the season as a backup, versus the Rams, who are a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites. Maybe my Super Bowl favorites. I can't really decide yet. Rams got Matthew Stafford, who I think is an elite quarterback. They got an amazing wide receiver. They got a core. They got an amazing defense. I'm going to go Rams by 17. Rams, give me them by 2 to 3 scores. And then, last game, for our Monday night football game, I have Ravens versus Raiders. I really like the Ravens. However, they've been dealing with a lot of health issues. If you haven't seen, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, and I can't remember, but it was one of their corners, all are out for the season, which is unfortunate. The Raiders, I like them. I like the Raiders. Josh Jacobs is one of my favorite players. I think Derek Carr is good. I think Henry Ruggs can be something special. But however, I'm taking the Ravens. I've been high on the Ravens for a while. I thought they were gonna be like in the Super Bowl last year. I think they can still do that this year. It's gonna be harder with those injuries though. But yeah, I got Ravens by 7 on Monday Night Football. Well, if you're watching this far in the video, thank you, because you must care about my opinions on NFL games. I'm sorry if this first video was too long. I probably said a lot of the same stuff a lot. Like, I like this team, I like it. I probably said a lot of that way too much. And other things I probably repeated. I probably had a lot of uhs. And I might have even gotten some things just plain wrong and didn't realize it. But bear with me. This is my first video on this channel. This is my first video covering the NFL. And we've all got to start somewhere, right? I've been covering college for 2 to 3 years now. I can cover college well. But the NFL is a whole new arena for me. So I got to I'm dipping my water. I'm dipping my toes in the water right now. And we'll see how it goes. So bear with me if the video isn't up to Landon Almighty standards, if that's even good. But nonetheless, it'll improve with every upload. Sorry for the long outro. I just wanted to say that. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the NFL. Like and subscribe on my other channel, Landon Almighty, if you're a college football fan. Yeah, but peace out.